Hello everyone and welcome to this week's Texan Entertainment News. I'm your host, Justin Pack. In today's show, we have your weekly celeb recap, a review of the new Disney Pixar film Inside Out, and what's happening in the media world. First up, movie news. The role of Peter Parker for the next SpiderMan movie has been cast. Tom Holland, the 19-year-old actor from the United Kingdom, has been picked to play the superpowered teen in the yet-to-be-titled SpiderMan reboot, coming in 2017, according to IMDb.com. Holland's best known for his stage performances in the live-action production of Billy Elliot. So I guess if Spider-Man needs to dance in this upcoming movie, hopefully he'll do a better job than Tobey Maguire did in that awkward montage scene in Spider-Man 3. But I like to pretend like that movie never happened. This will be the second time a Brit has portrayed the Spider-Bit teen from New York since Andrew Garfield's performances in both The Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2. I'm sensing a trend here. Maybe it's my America pride, but come on, guys, can't we get an American actor to play Spider-Man? I mean, his colors are practically red, white, and blue, the same colors as Old Glory. And the British flag, too, if I think about it. Speaking of The Amazing Spider-Man, the composer for that film, James Horner, died in a plane crash on Monday near Santa Barbara, California. As well as The Amazing Spider-Man, he composed for films such as Avatar, Apollo 13, Braveheart, and Titanic, just to name a few. Seriously, go read his IMDb page. Horner was one of the film composing greats. He worked on soundtracks to many well-loved movies. I mean, he co-wrote Celine Dion's My Heart Will Go On. His creative influence will be missed in the film industry. Man, sad news makes me kind of emotional. Speaking of emotional, Disney and Pixar's 3D animated film about emotions, Inside Out, debuted this week. It's pretty solid reviews. However, what was sort of the drama here was box office totals. It seems that Jurassic World made more money in its opening weekend than Inside Out did, and Jurassic Park set a world record in the process, according to BoxOfficeMojo.com. It's kind of interesting because Inside Out also set its own world record with the highest box office earnings for a movie that wasn't a sequel. It makes me wonder if it had come out before Jurassic World, if it would have claimed the opening weekend title as well. Well, I guess you just can't compete with dinosaurs. You know what can compete with dinosaurs? Sarah Gann can. In fact, she has a review of Inside Out for us to let us know if it's worth seeing, even though it doesn't have any dinosaurs in it. Give us the rundown, Sarah.
Thanks, Justin. When Pixar released the trailer for Inside Out and claimed it was a major e-motion picture, they definitely weren't lying. As a huge Disney Pixar fan, of course I was excited about the new film's release, and it didn't disappoint. This movie gave me major feels. The animated flick follows Riley, an 11-year-old girl, and her emotions, joy, anger, sadness, disgust, and fear that live in her head. The emotions control Riley's memories, help her create new ones, and protect Riley's core memories that help shape her personality. Conflict arises between joy and sadness when sadness corrupts one of Riley's core memories, and that's when chaos ensues. I won't give any of the movie away, but joy and sadness must work together to get the core memories back to headquarters before Riley's personality falls apart. And with disgust, fear, and anger at the wheel, it's not going to be easy. This movie is everything I hoped it would be and so much more. I am an extremely emotional person when it comes to movies, and this one made me cry like a big baby, and I'm not ashamed of that. The story was well written, the imagination and thought put into this movie is incredible, as well as visually beautiful, and the cast was spot on, with joy being voiced by Amy Poehler and sadness being voiced by Phyllis Smith. Other contributing voices include Bill Hader as Fear, Lewis Black as Anger, and Mindy Kaling as Disgust. Even though it is an animated flick, I recommend this movie for all ages. This movie is all about growing up and the emotions we feel as we mature and change as adolescents. Through Riley, we can all relate to the challenges of growing up and how confusing it can be when we don't know how to control our emotions. And that is what is so wonderful about this movie. It is also fun, humorous, and tugs at the heartstrings at all the right moments. This 2015 e-motion picture is a must-see, especially since it's the first original film Pixar has made since their 2012 Scottish fairy tale hit, Brave. Inside Out is definitely a movie I will watch again and again. Back to you, Justin.
Thanks, Sarah. Man, I have all these feelings inside me now. I guess I'll just bottle them up because I'm a man and I ain't supposed to have feelings. So, one more piece of Inside Out news. According to the Associated Press, a town in Middleton, Ohio, a theater there accidentally showed the horror film Insidious 3 instead of the family-friendly Inside Out. Parents had to scoop up their kids and exit the theater because that movie looked scary as all get out. The theater later apologized for the mix-up and gave the patrons a free upgraded ticket to a 3D showing of Inside Out. Wow. Just wow. Anyhow, enough of that. I want to hear about other people's lives and then judge them according to my own social standards. So, Keanu, tell us what the celebs are up to.
Thanks, Justin. Hello, everybody. From Texas to Hollywood, I am Keanu Perez with this week's Celebrity Buzz. I have for you a Kardashian boy, Rick Ross and Screech in jail, and Fast and Furious 8. What a week in the celeb world. But first, tragically reported from the Associated Press, Bobbi Kristina Brown, daughter of Whitney Houston and Bobby Brown, has been moved into hospice care, as her health shows no sign of improvement. On January 31st, Brown was found face down, unresponsive in her Atlanta home. In February, she had surgery to replace her breathing tube with a tracheotomy. Brown's aunt, Pat Houston, who was appointed co-guardian along with Brown's father last month, has released a statement that Brown's condition has worsened. Pat Houston has said despite the great medical care at numerous facilities, Bobbi Kristina Brown's condition has continued to deteriorate. As of today, she has been moved into hospice care. The Houston family has released a statement that read, "We thank everyone for their support and prayers. She's in God's hands now." The Associated Press reports the arrest of William Robert, aka rapper Rick Ross, currently facing alongside with his bodyguard charges on kidnapping, aggravated assault, and aggravated battery on an unknown man. Supervisors of the Marshall Southeast Regional Fugitive Task Force, Jim Joyner, said that the two were taken into custody Wednesday morning, Ross from his mansion outside of Atlanta. Ross and his bodyguard are accused of forcing the man to answer questions at gunpoint after forcing the man into a guest house, resulting in kidnapping charges. Assault charges come from Ross allegedly using a clock handgun to strike the man in the head and body. Ross and his bodyguard's motives for the kidnapping and attack are currently not known. The Associated Press reports the sentencing of actor Dustin Diamond, who's most known for his role as Screech from Saved by the Bell. Diamond has been sentenced to jail for 4 months on a barroom stabbing after being found guilty of carrying a concealed weapon and disorderly conduct. The altercation roots from a Christmas Day barroom fight in which Diamond said he accidentally stabbed a man when he took out a knife to warn away people, including a woman who punched his girlfriend. Fast and the Furious is back, though not on the big screen but Universal Studios Hollywood. The Associated Press reports Fast and Furious Supercharge is the park's newest attraction, as a 3D motion add-on to the park's classic studio tour tram ride. Guests will experience a typical Fast and Furious style car chase with explosion, hydraulics, and it wouldn't be Fast and Furious without gunfire. Supercharge is a 3D experience implementing high-definition image projection technology on a 360-degree wrapped-around screen, along with other effects such as wind, fog, and mist. The attraction opening event hosted on Wednesday, June 24th, was hosted by none other than the star of Fast and Furious himself, Vin Diesel. Diesel was joined at the ride revealed by fellow Fast and Furious cast members Michelle Rodriguez, Tyrese Gibson, and Jason Statham. In his opening speech at the event, Diesel, in memorial of co-star Paul Walker, who died in a car crash in 2013, dedicated the ride Supercharged to Walker. To Fast and Furious fans' excitement, Diesel announced that production on Furious 8 will begin in 2016. Diesel previously announced that the 8th installment will be released on April 14, 2017. Now to the Instagram realm. Kim Kardashian West has shared with her followers the gender of her new baby, sharing a picture on Instagram of husband Kanye West reading with daughter Northwest. Kim's caption read, "Precious moments like this when we're traveling on tour with you are what I live for. You're such a good daddy to North and will be the best daddy to our new son too. Insert family emoji." The Associated Press reports Kim will speak at San Francisco's Commonwealth Club next week, speaking about her new book of selfies and her reality star family. The Commonwealth website states Kim's speech will discuss business of millennial culture and the objectification of women in media. The Commonwealth Club, founded in 1903, has served as the oldest and largest public affair forum in the nation for impartial discussion of public issues. Teddy Roosevelt, Martin Luther King Jr., Dwight D. Eisenhower, Bill Clinton, and Bill Gates have all been speakers at the Commonwealth Club. That's a wrap with this week's Celebrity Buzz. Back to you, Justin.
Thanks, Keanu. Man, stabbings and kidnappings. Celebrities are hardcore. That's enough of that. Real reality. Let's talk about fake reality. And by fake reality, I mean video games. Funding details for the Shenmue 3 Kickstarter crowdsourcing campaign that was announced at last week's E3 were detailed on the Kickstarter's page. The game's creator, Yu Suzuki, stated that the money received for the Kickstarter will go directly to the development studio and not to the publisher Sony. Some fundraising stretch goals were also announced, such as extra quests, events, new gameplay systems, and at $10 million of development, a new open world game is promised, open world level. Come on guys, take my money. Like, I played Shenmue 2 10 years ago. I just want to know how the story ends. Like, please make the game. I've been in suspense for a decade. The new Batman game, Arkham Knight, released this week on consoles and PC. They're relatively positive reviews. The real drama here, though, is that the PC release of the game, according to all sorts of user reports, is 12 kinds of broken. Users have reported a myriad of issues, including bugs, freezes, crashes within the game, especially those users having AMD manufactured graphics cards in their computers. It's so bad that apparently the publisher of the game, Warner Brothers, has suspended sales until the PC version can be fixed. Yikes. The developer of the game, Rocksteady Studios, has released a statement on their Twitter, on their online forums, stating, "We are aware of users reporting performance issues in the PC version of Batman Arkham Knight, and this is something Rocksteady takes very seriously. We are working closely with our external development partners to ensure that the issues are resolved as quickly as possible." While Batman has been pulled from digital shelves, the kid-friendly third-person shooter about paint, Splatoon, has surpassed 1 million copies sold worldwide. Nintendo announced this on their official Japanese Twitter page for the game. Splatoon is a Wii U exclusive title, and it's refreshing to see a new Nintendo IP do so well internationally. Way to go, Nintendo. For gamers who have not yet purchased an Xbox One and would like to, now might be the time. Amazon and Dell are currently have a buy a console, get a game free promotions running. Dell has a bundle with Halo the Master Chief Collection, and they're throwing in a copy of The Witcher 3 for free. Amazon has a similar deal with the Master Chief Collection as well, but you get to choose a game from a list like Batman Arkham Knight, Grand Theft Auto 5, and The Witcher 3, just to name a few. So if you are a gamer, you have a gamer in your life that wants an Xbox, you can make it Christmas in July just by putting some numbers on your credit card into a website. So for local entertainment news, here are a few of the bands playing this weekend. On Friday at 9, the Manson Family Reunion will be playing at Bostock's. And on Saturday, Fervent Rose will be playing as well, starting at 10. Also on Saturday at City Limits, Prophets and Outlaws will be playing. The Tarleton Theater Department will be performing the play Steel Magnolias this Friday and Saturday, and again Thursday through Saturday next week. I'm assuming, unlike the film adaptation of Steel Magnolias, the Tarleton production will have substantially less Dolly Parton. So that about wraps up our show. Thanks for joining us this week, and we hope to see you next week.